as promised, here's that free recall tutorial so you can get a first time recall that looks like this.
Overcome.
Let's get started then, guys. So how we're going to start off this training then, guys, is we're going to start off with a game that builds value in ourselves. So that's the little seed that I want to plant in my dog's head, is that I want my dog to realise that I can offer more than what the environment can. So it'll be a little game we start off with. I'll have a handful of treats. I'll be throwing one away from me. And when my dog chooses to come back, I'll mark that behaviour. And when they come back, I'll give them more on my side. So you can see, I'm basically saying it's okay to be away from me, but how much better is it to come back to me? So at the minute, it'll all be my dog's choice to make that happen. So let's have a look at that. Yes, good. Yes, good. So as I said, guys, as you can see at the minute, it's my dog's choice to come back to me. Yes. When the dog makes that good decision and it turns and he comes straight back, that's when I mark it. So as we see like this, he makes that decision, yes, good, and I pay him from there, yeah? So what you're going to see this time, guys, is you're going to see me add more value on my side. So pick something your dog really likes. My dog likes a ball on a rope, so that's what I'm going to be using this time. So when I send my dog away from me, he'll get rewarded with the ball on a rope on my side. So it's going to add more incentive to my dog to come straight back to me because he wants that higher reward. So let's see how that looks. Yeah. Yes. Good. Good boy. Good. Loss. Find it. Yes. Good boy. Yes. Good. Loss. Yes. Good, good boy, yeah, good boy, good. So as you can see there, guys, my dog really likes that ball on a rope, so I can use that as my reward to give to him when he does the desired behaviour that I want. So that first stage that we ran through, I want us to start that off in a quiet environment. So let's start it off at home first, where the dog can be off the lead and we can just build up the idea for our dog that we are valuable when they choose to come back to us. So let's take that little step further. So you can see I've attached a lead this time. So and we're going to still be practicing the same game, but this time there'll be a bit of leash pressure involved in that. So when I send my dog out to get the treat, I'll give the command that I have been doing already, and I'll still be marking it in the same way, but I'll just be putting a little bit of leash pressure through so my dog can feel that communication, and then he comes straight back because I want him to pair them two things together. So let's see how that looks. I'm going to go with just the treat side first, and then we can see about adding the ball in after that. So it'll be the same game. So let's see that. Yes, good. Overcome. Good boy. Good. So there we go. Overcome. So you can see when he goes out and just before he's about to turn, that's where I put just a little bit of a pop through the lead so he feels that pressure and release and he follows straight over towards it. Yeah, so let's see that again. So we'll throw one out. Don't throw it too far away. Overcome. Good. Don't throw it too far out from you because you're going to end up getting a lot of pressure running through the lead then and possibly drag you over. So just to see how that looks on the lead still, but using the ball this time. So we can throw one out. Yes. Good boy. Good. Loss. Yes. Good boy. Good. Loss. Yes. Good boy. Good. So we can still have the same level of training happening right now and using the ball as well as food. The point I want to make before we move on is we want our recall to be realistic so it happens in the real world. This is not how you practice recall. Overcome. Good. I'll still pay him. He still came when I asked, but that's not realistic. When our dog is off the lead and they're having a bit of freedom, you don't shout them back when they're already looking at you. So that's not the kind of recall that you want to be practicing. Let's do the right thing and let's move on. So now when we take our dog out for a walk, I want us to make a change and start using a long line. Don't give your dog the full length of the line. I want you to dictate how far the dog gets to have on this lead. So reach down the line, create some loops on your side, and give the length of the lead that you're happy with to the dog right now. So when we go for a walk around, free, I'm going to free over you up. You can go and have a wander around, and I'm just going to give him a certain length on the lead to cope with right now because I want him to be obedient at that length of the lead. So that's more about creating boundaries between us so he can't wander off too far. And if he did try and wander off, he won't be able to because he's only got a certain length on the lead. Yeah, so we could do the same game as what we did when we was up at the stables then. We could play the little game of throwing a treat away from us. And when he comes back, over he come. Good. I want us to start practicing this, guys, in a less challenging environment first. So go somewhere where you know it'll be quiet, where there's not a load of distractions around, where you're going to have to deal with maybe off-lead dogs running over to you. Let's just get used to the behaviour that we want before we take it a step further. So we're now giving our dog some extra space on the lead. What I don't want to keep doing is I don't want to keep nagging him and asking him constantly to keep coming back. I know we're trying to practice recall, but if I keep asking too many times, he's just going to get sick of me asking, and that's got the potential to lead to him choosing to ignore me, and that's definitely not one thing I want. So if I ask him to come back, and I ask first time, and I give him that pressure and release through the lead, and he comes back straight away, then I'm going to pay him. If I asked him to come and he chooses not to, then he'll still be coming back to me anyway, because I'll guide him towards me with the lead. But if I have to make him do the behaviour, he wouldn't get paid for that. And if he chooses it on his own back to come back the first time I'm asking, that's when I'll pay for the behaviour. So we'll try and move around a little bit. He's going to want to stay close to me because that's what he always does, especially when we set this camera up. But we're going to try and get a few repetitions into that just so you can see how that looks. Go on, free. Off, come. Good boy. Good. So there's a good example to watch. So we'll just try and get another one in again. Free. Off, come. Good boy. So let's see if I can add another one in this time. Let's see if we can really show that pressure and release being put in. And then we'll take it from there. Free. Go on, free. Off, come. Good boy. Good. I'm setting him up for something that I'm trying to show you guys, and he knows exactly what I want him to do. So that's why he's not spending too much time away from me. But let's take that a step further now. I hope you get the idea that I don't want you to give the dog the full length of this lead. Let's build that up over time. Don't constantly ask for the recall, but same as we was doing when we showing up at the stables, we're still going to do that. Make sure we do it in a less challenging environment first before we go to a really busy place where there's going to be distractions around everywhere. So look for the next step now. So we're going to speed it up through the process a little bit. You can see that I'm not holding all the loops in my hand anymore. So I'm going to take it as you spent plenty of time building up from a short lead into more freedom on the lead for your dog. Your dog had to earn that freedom by showing you at each step throughout that lead that you was happy with the desired behaviours that you was asking for, and that your dog would listen to that first time recall. So let's say now we've built it up to this stage where I've got an end and so is Ove, yeah? And then we're going to move around like this together. So Ove, come on. Free. So he can go away from me, yeah? He's free to go and do what he wants to do. Ove, come. Good boy. So you can see that at that time there was no pressure on the lead at all, yeah? I'm going to send him away because he knows what we're doing here. He won't go away from me because he knows that we're working. So I'm going to send him away from me, but you can see there won't be any pressure that goes through the lead. So I'm going to send him away. You can go and get that treat. And I'm going to stand around and, come! So first time, straight back towards me, yeah? And that's only able to happen through all the process that we've put in place, all the pressure and release that we put through the lead, all the games of building up that I was really valuable in this. So same again like this. Ovi, come! First time, straight back in. You because every time he hears them words, he knows that I am valuable in any environment that we're in. So, Lus, good boy. Let's speed up again through that process. Let's say we spent plenty of time in building up that as well, that the dog will still respond to the recall that we want without putting the pressure in the lead. Yeah, it was still there attached to the dog though, in case they ignored the behavior and I still needed to bring Ovi towards me instead. So what I'm going to do this time, I'm going to let go of that end of the lead. So I'm going to put this back in my pocket, and then me and Ovi are just going to go for a walk. Ov, come on. So now we're not attached towards the lead together. In his mind, it's still a little bit psychological because he's got the lead attached to him still. At the minute, he might just not realise that I've not got my end attached to him. So I'm going to send him away so we can get the full idea of what we need to be looking at here. So I'm going to send him away by throwing a treat. And then let's see if this recall works again. Oh, come! Good boy. Good. Get it. Get it. Get it. Good boy. Good boy. So same again, guys. We've been building up that. It's still, like I said, a little bit psychological for him, thinking he's attached to the lead still, which he is, but I just don't have my end of it. So if we manage to put plenty of time and practice into that as well, and we keep seeing that first time recall where the dog's coming in sharpish, then we're ready for this next stage. We made that jump and we've chose to unclip the lead. My dog's shown me over a good period of time, not just some weeks, but definitely months worth of always giving me a first time recall. Yeah, I'm trusting him now to not have that lead attached. So when we go for a walk together, see, I'm going to walk off, Ovi's going to join me now. He was doing his own thing a minute ago. I'm going to send him away, and then we're going to see if that recall works as well first time, yeah? So just for the purpose of this, I'll send him away. You can go and find that treat. Oh, come! Good boy! So that first time recall, guys, that you're hoping for, it starts off on a real simple process which you need to build up over a period of time. We're still stood around here in the middle of nowhere on our own because that's where you guys will need to work towards first. An environment that's not going to be busy, it's not going to be packed full of distractions. Before you're ready to go and tackle them kind of environments, you need to be making sure that the behaviours you want work first time every time in an environment like this before you start adding them distractions in. Come on, Ov. If you like this content and you found this tutorial useful, press that like or hit that subscribe button for more.